Have you ever wanted to upgrade your F-150 taillights to something cooler like the Morimoto XB GEN 2 taillights? Well, guess what? You can do it by yourself. You don't have to pay someone to do it. And I'm going to show you how easy it is that you can do it all by yourself. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome as usual. And from long-time subscribers, welcome back. You guys know the drill. Now guess what? Today I'm going to be installing the Morimoto XB GEN 2 LED taillights on my F-150. This is something you can do by yourself. It's not hard. All you need is a couple sets of screwdrivers and a few minutes of your time. As usual, I'm going to leave timestamps below and links in the description so you guys can follow along and do what I do. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of this video because I have a surprise here for you and I don't want you to miss out on it. This is going to be a quick video and realistically it's very easy. It's one of the easier upgrades you can do. If you haven't seen my other videos about all the mods that I've done to my F-150, make sure you check it out. I got some cool stuff that I've done and I don't want you guys to miss out. All right, now let's get at it. The cool thing about these Morimoto XB GEN 2 lights is that they actually come equipped to receive the BLISS system. So if you have the blind spot system like I do in my F-150, these are going to work for you. They'll also work if you don't have it, but it's a cool addition that Morimoto did that includes the ability to incorporate your BLISS system. So all we got to do is remove the tail light, transfer the BLISS from this one to the Morimoto, put it back in, and we're done. Let me show you how to do it. The first thing we want to do is remove these two 8mm screws here. You can go ahead, remove them first. Once you got the screws removed, the next thing you need to do is just pull on your tail lights and they should come right out. With your tail lights removed, all you need to do is squeeze down on the clip here for your LED light and pull it and it should just pop right out. Once you're done, set your tail light to the side. Once you have the tail light out, the next thing we want to do is remove these 4 bolts right here. They're 7mm to expose the BLISS module that's behind here. We're going to have to remove the BLISS module, but we got to take these off first. Let's go ahead, remove these screws. If you noticed, I am using manual tools here because I don't want to strip these screws out. So just take your time. All right, once you have your screws out, you can just pull up on this here and you should expose your BLISS module. Now it is held in by a plug on this side here. So all you want to do to remove this is press on this tab and pull up like that and you'll have your BLISS module out. Now be very careful with this. You don't want to drop it. If you drop it, you could damage it and that's a no-no. All right, now once you're done with that, you can set your tail light aside and we'll go ahead and remove this module. All right, to remove the module, it's only held in by 2 T20 Torx screws. So all you need to do is remove these screws. And your module should come off just like that. Once you're done, you can set your module to the side and put this back on your old taillight. All right, once you have the new taillight, just make sure it's the one that fits on the right side of your vehicle. And as you can see, we can flip it over. And here we have the same setup that we had from our factory. We got all our Morimoto stuff here, and if you notice on here, this is it's a resistor and it comes like that from Morimoto. Just in case you have halogen bulbs instead of the LED setup like I do, all you really need to do is connect your halogens to this in addition to this and you're done. I don't have the halogens, mine is the LED, so you can remove this if you want. I think I'm just going to leave it here just so that I don't end up losing it, and I'll zip tie it out the way. But if you want, you can remove it. Once again, remove these screws and let's get to the back of this thing. All right, with the screws removed, we can go ahead and remove the cover for our BLISS. It should come out just like that, and you got the connection inside. Now we can go ahead and install our BLISS module like we did before. It only goes in one direction. You can see it lines up. The 2 tabs here go into the slot here and it lines up perfectly. A little trick that I use sometimes it's hard to get the plug adapter back on here on the new ones. So what I like to do is I like to actually bring the light on in place and see if I can get this connected first. You want to make sure your BLISS module clips in. You hear that snap, you know you're good. And then I can go ahead and secure the screws in here to secure it in place. All right, you just want them nice and snug. You don't want to over tighten them. Now with the BLISS module connected, all we need to do now is put our cover back on. It should just slide right in. One thing I like about these Morimotors is that the fit is, there seems to be a good seal around here. So what we'll do, we put it in place and then connect it back with our 4 7mm screws. Again, here I have mine hand tightened. It's easier. You don't want to break anything, so I would suggest hand tightening it. Now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and put this thing back on the truck. All right, to connect your lights, all you need to do is reconnect the main harness here. It should just snap right in. Just like that. Once you hear that click, you know you're good. Next, you just want to seat your light back in place. Once the lights are in place, you just got to put the 2 screws that you removed. You don't want to over tighten them. Get them nice and snug. And now you're done with the first one. Now let's jump over to the second one. All right, the second one is just a carbon copy of the first one. Start by removing the screws. Wiggle your headlight. Pull it forward. And disconnect the wiring harness. All right, just like the driver's side, we're gonna do the same thing on the passenger side. We're gonna remove the screws for the BLISS module. Disconnect our BLISS module. Set our light aside. Let's go ahead and actually remove the module itself. Now let's grab our passenger side light. I told you I had a little tip for you guys earlier in the video, and here it is. If you notice on your passenger side, there's a little pigtail here. And what this pigtail is Morimoto makes a reverse light that goes over your license plate that's super bright. It's a LED boost light, they call it. So you can connect that to here and wire it to your actual light. And when you're backing up, the lights are going to be super bright. You want to see the install for that video? Check it out. I have it here linked as well. This is specifically made for that device. So yeah, you can go ahead and use it. Here's another tip. It is used for that device, but it has your ground and your hot here as well. So if you don't want to use their light bar and you want to use another light bar, you can actually cut this wire here and splice into it instead of having to splice into your truck. It's already made and it's in a waterproof housing. That's the tip for you. So go ahead, if you want to, wire it up to this, or you can go ahead and purchase the boost bar and plug it into here. Check out that video, don't forget. All right, back to what we're doing now. All right, so let's go ahead and remove the screws here again. And then we can remove the cover that reveals the mount for our BLISS module. Go ahead and put our light to the side for a second. All right, let's take our BLISS module and plug it in. Once it clips in, we know we're good. We can take our new mount, line it up. Now let's go ahead and put our screws back in. All right, with our torque screws nice and snug, our BLISS module is now securely mounted. Remember, you don't want to over tighten these, just take your time, get them nice and snug. Now with that in place, we can go ahead, reattach this back to our light. All right, with that done, we're ready to mount this bad boy back. Let's go ahead. Just so you can get another view of how the light connects, I'm gonna go ahead and slide it in from this side so you can see. Here is our wiring harness, just plugs right in. All right, and I don't know if you can see, but on our light we have 2 pins here. They go into these holes here. You kind of want to just slide it in like this. The pins should line up and our light should just go right in, just like that. Now that you have your light in place, go ahead and put your screws back in. Once you have your screws in, nice and tight, you're done. Hi guys, welcome back. That wasn't too bad. So if you ever want to do this upgrade, I suggest you go ahead and do it. It's not too bad. But before we finish up this video, we want to make sure we test out the lights to make sure they're functioning. So let's go ahead, jump in the truck, fire it up, and see what the actual taillights look like. All right, let's turn on our left turn signal, our right turn signal, our hazards, our brake lights, and our reverse lights. All right. All right, yeah. So guys, everything looks good, working great. Now, if you want to do this install, it's pretty easy. Go ahead and do it. And also, don't forget about your boost bar that I talked to you guys about. You can pick one of those up as well. Check out my video on how to install it. Once again, I appreciate it as always. And if you do enjoy the content in this video, don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button. Stay tuned for more F-150 mods, or check out the videos that I've already done on your F-150 if you want to, do a little upgrade to your truck. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.